Hi, I'm Umar and today we will be reviewing this Mercedes Benz E-Class from 30 years back. So let's start. This car was introduced in 1985 and it stayed in production till 1995. The chassis code is W124. This is the car that was made in a time when they used to say Mercedes is an over-engineered vehicle. These cars are built to last and these cars are built to run for a very long time. Please don't hate me for saying this, but in my opinion, this is the last real Mercedes, like one of the last real Mercedes ever built. Why? Because after this, the cars became too electronic and they just lost the charm where you used to have the ability to enjoy your car your way. This car, when it was launched, it was with the older Mercedes model hierarchy, where the engine name was first and afterwards it was the class, which was 200E, 230E, 280E and so on and so forth. And in 1994, when the car Mercedes hierarchy and the model lineup changed to this class system that they have today, so this particular model was one of the first that got that. So initially before 94 this was supposedly a 230E, and after 94 it became E220. So the car saw that transformation, and after that in 1994 the facelift that the car received, it got all the electronic gizmos as well. So as usual, first we will look at all the interesting features, which are many in this car, and then we will take it for a road drive and see how it drives. So coming over here, you have this hood ornament. This hood ornament used to be very common back in that time, and there is one interesting thing about these ornaments. All of the cars that have these hood ornaments, they are flexible to this point. So if you have a car and that has a hood ornament, it is flexible hood ornament, it's not fixed, and that is a federal regulation to have these hood ornaments which are flexible. So in case you have someone hitting the car from the front, there is a pedestrian or a motorbiker that you hit from the front, the hood ornament shouldn't be a cause of the injury. Now if you come to this side and look at this door mirror, as you can see, this is a very small door mirror, but when you look at that one, which is the driver's side door mirror, that isn't this small, this is a bigger one. This is the only car that I know of that only has this situation, like the driver's side door mirror is a bigger one and the passenger side is a smaller one. I don't really know why it is like this, but this is the only car that I know which has this. Also with the wiper situation, if you look at it, the wiper, there is just one wiper that goes all over the screen. There are no two wipers, there is just one wiper. It starts from here and it goes all over the screen. So as you can see in the door panel, you have fabric and you have wooden trimming, you have a door pocket. There is no power window control. That is because that in those times used to be in the center, right over here. So in the center you used to have your power window controls. This is your antenna, so it is either on the auto or the manual mode. Then this is the door mirror controller. Now another interesting feature in this car. The door mirror you can only control electronically, which is the passenger side door mirror. The driver's side door mirror used to have this old school latch to control. So the passenger side door mirror used to be controlled electronically from here, and the driver's side used to be like that. This is your child lock. So if you put it over this, it's open, it's over this, is gone. This is your child lock, and your passenger side's door mirror used to get control from here. Now over here you have your lights control, you have your lights dimmer situation, and this is your parking brake release. You only have this one stock, which is your indicator and your wiper stock. There is no stock on this side, which is the other side. In the instrument cluster you have your speedometer in the middle. On this side you have your RPM meter, your clock, your fuel gauge, your temperature gauge for the oil and other. Now coming in the center, this is your dome light button for the rear dome light. So if I'll show you this, like if you see, this is the dome light for the rear dome light from this button. Now this is your hazards button. This particular button is to lower your rear headrest to give you added visibility. When the car is started and you press these, the rear headrest would fall itself, because that is something that you would need for some added visibility. Then coming over here you have your independent climate control. So if you want to have different climate for this one, then this is how you used to do it. Like this is a 1992 model car and it has this feature. These are your AC controls, echo, airflow and stuff. Aftermarket music system. Now another interesting thing, if you look at this gear stock, as you can see, it's just a 4-speed, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the reverse is over here. So to go in reverse you got to press the clutch and then you lift the gear a little and you go this. So that's the reverse on this manual. And then if you don't lift it and just go this, it's the first gear. Now coming to the gloves compartment, this is your gloves compartment, and you have a cup holder. This is a light that is for your gloves compartment. It's not working right now. If you see over here, you have these blinking lights to tell you this to wear seat belts. That was there even in this time. You have one mirror and then you have no mirror over here. Now to start the car, you will take this key, and in case you are not able to start it, you cannot just do after that. So you have to turn it all the way back and then you can start it again. Just a safety feature that was there in that time. So this armrest is part of this passenger seat. It's not part of the driver's seat. So when you, let's say, do forward and back on this seat, the armrest moves with this seat. So if there is a chauffeur driving your car and you are sitting with your chauffeur, the armrest is for you, not for your chauffeur. Now in order to open the hood, you have the latch over here. So I'll pull this latch and you'll see what happens over there. So I'm pulling the latch now, and you see the string that pops out, the 94 Mercedes that we reviewed earlier, and I'll pull it and the hood is up. And again, just like that particular car that we reviewed, you can pull these on both sides to take the hood at a 90-degree angle. Now sitting in the rear seat, I have a lot of leg space, I have a lot of head space, I have this nice armrest which even after so much as being used for 26 years, the car still does not feel aged or anything. So I'm sitting really comfortably. You have power window controls on your door, which is next to the door handle grip, so you can easily lower and raise the power windows, and you have ashtrays in both the rear doors. And if you can see this, I don't know if the camera can show you that, even the front headrest is adjustable like this. Now the fuel cap, just like your new latest Civic, works with the key. So when the car is unlocked, you can simply open and the fuel tank door is unlocked, and when the car is locked, the fuel door is also locked. Coming to the rear, the very interesting thing is that, let me show you, this is the key lock thing. So you just put this in and you can press it and you can unlock it. Okay, first let me just lock it. So you press it in, you turn it to lock it or you turn it back to unlock it, and then you press this button to open the trunk. And it's an extremely huge trunk. The jack, if you remember my review from the Mercedes C-Class of 1994, it's the same jack. You have a full-sized spare vehicle underneath this, and which is also an alloy rim, by the way. These were all the interesting features in this car. Now let's take this car for a road drive and see how it drives. Alright, so now we are driving this Mercedes Benz. The reason I have the camera and this angle today is because I wanted you guys to see what I'm looking at. That triangle code emblem in the front. So this car simply glides on the road. The car acceleration is really nice. If I were to compare its handling with the cars of today, the car would not score a lot, of course, because this is a car from a different era and the things in that time were different than how they are now. The perception, the expectation from cars are different. So, and since we have driven all those newer cars, and since the expectations from a car are totally different now, so this car won't feel any, you won't get that feeling of a new car, because this is not a new car. But the way this car drives, the way this car handles, and the acceleration, if you could just see, I only press the accelerator and the car goes. These are the things that you would go for. And this particular car that I'm driving is an extremely well maintained car of its era. So this isn't a regular car, this is a very well maintained car. So you can just see the acceleration, the handling, and the car is like a driver's car. So you see the braking is also extremely nice. The car is actually a driver's car, and since it's all mechanical, you're the one controlling the car. I should not be doing this in traffic, but I'm just enjoying the car. This car is to enjoy. This cannot be your daily runner car because it is at the end of the day extremely heavy on fuel. It will give you 4 to 5 kilometer per liter, so it is extremely heavy. And if you'll talk about the price of this car, so these cars, they start somewhere around 6 to 7 for those not so well maintained cars. But if you are looking at something like this, which is a very well kept and well maintained car, this would not cost you any less than 1.2, 1.3 million rupees. And trust me, if you have that kind of money spare, these cars are totally worth it. The steering is light, the braking is good, the acceleration is sharp, and this isn't a car which is just a regular car. It's not a car that when you get on the road you'll see 10 of these. This is a car which you would be driving, and it will be a different car. So if you want to get that different feeling of driving something different, this is the car for you. That was all about our review for this particular Mercedes. Please let us know in the comment section what you think about this review. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can click here. If you'd like to watch more videos, you can click here and over here. Till next time, bye.